Good morning, class. Today we're working on Unit 3, Lesson 11, and today we are going to be completing our homework. And the homework today is only 6 questions, so it's not a long activity today. So just so you know, 6 questions. We're going to look at number 1 together. It says, consider the division problem 1/2 divided by 3. 1/2 divided by 3. Describe the situation the division could represent. Now the situations for this could vary. You could come up with lots of different ideas, but I'm going to do one with you. Let's just say that we have a student, and we'll say Apollo. We'll say that Apollo is going to have a barbecue at his house, and he is going to invite 2 of his friends. So he is going to need to make 3 burgers at his barbecue, 1 for him and 1 for each of his friends. And Apollo has 1/2 of a pound of ground beef, and he's going to use that 1/2 of a pound of ground beef to make 3 burgers. So what we need to figure out is how much ground beef is going to be in each of those burgers if they all have the same amount. Now we have a situation here where Apollo has to make 3 burgers out of his 1/2 pound of ground beef, and we have to figure out what it's going to be. Our directions say draw a diagram to represent the division, then find the solution. So I'm just going to draw a bar here, and this is going to be equal to 1 whole. I'm going to divide it into 2, and this is 1/2. So we can see that one side here is the 1/2 that Apollo has. I know that I need to break that 1/2 up into 3 equal pieces. And if this 1/2 is broken into 3 pieces, I'll break the other 1/2. Oops, that was my eraser. I'll break the other 1/2 into 3 equal pieces. And then I can see that I have 6 equal pieces in one whole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I'm only working with 1/2 of that whole here. So if I know that there's 6 pieces, each one of these pieces is 1/6. So I can see here then that each person is going to get 1/6 a pound of burger. And that would be how I could create my drawing. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to solve. After our drawing is complete, we're going to go ahead and solve the way that we did and practiced yesterday. And we are going to use our chant. Keep, change, flip. Okay, we practiced and practiced. We're practicing again. So I'm going to keep my first number, which is 1/2. I'm going to change my sign from division to multiplication, and then I'm going to flip. If I were to write 3 as a fraction, it's 3 over 1, so I'm going to flip it. Keep, change, flip. And then I have 1 times 1 is equal to 1, and 2 times 3 is equal to 6. And I can see that each person will have 1/6 a pound of burger. And that would be the solution piece. So you again need to write a situation. You can use the situation we just did here. It's typed up for you right there. You need to include your diagram, which is right here. There's a diagram where we drew it. And then you need to then find the solution, and that's your equation here where you use your chant, keep, change, flip. All right, kiddos, now we are going to go ahead and we're going to move our way down to number 2. Number 2 reads, a rectangle has an area of 12 square feet and a length of 5 feet. What is its width? Okay, so I always like when we're working with area, I like to draw it. So we have a rectangle, and we know that the area inside this rectangle is 12 square feet. And we know that the length of one of the sides is 5 feet. Okay, if I know that one side is 5 feet and I know the area is 12, I can find the solution by knowing that area is equal to length times width. Okay, this is the area inside, this is the length, and this is the width. And so we know that we can solve here because we have the area, and our area is 12, and we know that 12 here is equal to some number, L, times 5. And now we just need to solve. In order to solve, I need to isolate my L. This is some algebra, kiddos, but I need to isolate my L. And so I'm going to look here, and I have my multiplication problem here, and I need to do the opposite of multiply, which is divide. So if I divide 5 by 5, it's just 1, so I can leave that alone. Now anything I do to one side of the equation, I have to do the other. So now I need to divide this side by 5. And so L is equal to 12/5. Now, I know that this is an improper fraction, and 5 can go into 12 2 times without going over because 5 times 2 is 10, so I'm left with 2 as a remainder. That becomes my numerator, and my denominator stays a 5. So 2 and 2/5 feet. So we have 2 and 2/5 feet. I want to also show you that same problem, just like our keep, change, flip. And we have our equation here. And that's just 12 divided by 5 equals, and again, this is where we do our keep, change, flip. Okay, and we keep our 12, change our sign, and then flip. Remember, anytime we have a whole number like 5, we write it as a fraction, we write it over 1. Now we have to flip it, so it becomes 1/5. And 12 as a fraction, you just write it over 1. 12 times 1 is equal to 12, and 5 times 1 is equal to 5. We know that 5 can go into 12 2 times without going over. We're left with a remainder of 2, and we write that over a denominator, so 2 and 2/5. So you can get to it both ways. You can solve it using algebra or the keep, change, flip model. You're going to go ahead and complete 3, 4, 5, 6 on your own. When you're finished, take a picture of your work, attach it to your assignment, and upload and turn it in on Teams. Thank you.